I love a good Leo meme. Don't tell me you don't love a good Leo meme. And the Revenant gave us yet another great Leo meme. Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu directs The Revenant. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy, Domhnall Gleeson, who's in everything. You're in everything, Mr. Gleeson. You are in everything this year. Everything? Everything.
Everything? Everything.
So The Revenant tells the story of Hugh Glass and John Fitzgerald. They're fur trappers. They're out in the mountains. They're trapping fur. And Hugh Glass gets attacked by a bear. Now we have a choice to make. Do we carry this guy all the way back to camp? Or do we leave him to die, or do we put him out of his mercy and kill him? It's kind of one of those weird moments where you're almost on the side of the bad guy, maybe, because this is a time where medical attention is 0 to none. So you've got this guy, he was mauled by a bear. He actually is probably going to get the rest of the crew killed. So in a way, you're kind of on Tom Hardy's side. Evil Tom Hardy. You're evil in this movie, Tom Hardy. You were amazing in this movie, Tom Hardy. How good is Tom Hardy? That guy transforms in every role that he ever gets. I just believe that's the guy. Yeah, I believe you're you. There was that kind of moment where he's like, hey, if you want me to kill you, blink, because you'll have to eventually blink. Now, here's something that I need to address because I heard this discussed. When I saw the movie, I thought his blink was intentional. Now I'm hearing that people think his blink wasn't intentional. My best friend Adam Carolla proved it on his podcast. In the script, it says Hugh Glass intentionally has a long blink, meaning that he asked Fitzgerald to kill him in that moment. Boom. There's been a lot of talk about this movie. Hey, the movie was shot with natural lighting. They could only shoot for so many hours out of the day. The conditions were very, very frigid and cold, and I gotta say, paid off. I felt cold during this movie. I felt frigid. The sound mixing, the sound editing, it was like I was actually buried in that snow with Hugh Glass. Every little tree branch cracking, every animal noise, the sound of the horse being sliced open and he shoved himself inside to keep warm. In staying with true Oscar-nominated film fashion, again, we have a movie that is chock full of amazing performances. This time, this is a movie that I would like to watch again. I could see myself owning this movie on Blu-ray and popping it in every now and again. In a very, there will be blood type of way. The camera work in this film was incredible. A lot of long takes, one-shot takes. There was even times where I thought that maybe don't try that hard to use a one take. There were times where I saw the camera going out of focus. I could see the camera actually jiggling a little bit on the dolly or whatever it was on. There was that one moment where Leo's breath actually fogged up the lens of the film. Didn't really bother me, but did sort of bump me a little bit out of the reality of the film. Broke the fourth wall a little bit. I got right back in there. One thing that stuck out to me that I thought maybe they realized that they didn't get the Native American language, the Pawnee language, translated properly when the script was written, because it seemed like every Native American in this movie who spoke was clearly ADR'd. And at times the language didn't match the movements of their lips at all. I'm wondering if maybe they just realized they had made a mistake in the translation and had no choice but to go back in post and ADR every single shot. So this seems to be the year where everybody's given Leonardo DiCaprio memes, heavy rotation on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Is it going to be the year that he wins the Oscar? There's another camp of people that say, was it really acting if he didn't pretend to eat a bison liver, he actually ate a bison liver? Is it really acting if he didn't pretend to be cold, he actually was cold? He was shirtless, buried in the snow. None of that really seems to bump me out of the movie enjoying experience. I'm not a Leo hater. I like Leo. Who doesn't like Leonardo DiCaprio? Why would you not like Leonardo DiCaprio? Oh, and he's attacked by a bear. Oh, that bear mauls the shit out of him. That bear is pissed. One of the scariest things you can find in the woods is some bear cubs. Because bear cubs are not in the woods alone. And that's what he finds in the woods, is some bear cubs. I love that this movie illustrates part of a bear attack that you don't really think about. You think about the jaws and you think about the claws and you think about getting slashed and getting bitten by a bear. You don't think about how heavy a bear is. They're very heavy. And one of the ways they injure people that get attacked by bears, like people that have survived bear attacks, one of their injuries that you don't really think of is broken ribs and cracked skulls because the bear just stands on you. Just have 800 pounds of bear on your rib cage. That's not fun. That's not a fun adventure to go on at all. That's not a good time. That'll wreck your day. This is definitely something that you should experience in the theaters. The cinematography, like I said, the sound mixing, the sound editing, the visceral feeling that you got from this movie, the stakes, the inner that you felt. I thought it was very, very, very well done. Guys, The Revenant, what did you think? It's up for Best Picture. Let me know in the comments below, and if you want to see more of my ramblings about movies, you can always click right here to subscribe. Ah! Oh, thank God. It's called Dances with Bears.
I'm not sure.
Dances with bears, not wolves. Bears. What should we do?
I said I don't think we should make fun of how
How
terrible of an experience this was.
Oh, it was awful. You've been.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Yes, it was
My
terrible.
cousin.
That bear was no this bear. This bear was no that bear. What does that mean? What does it mean? Ah! To be fair, I am from Appalachia. To be fair.